It's Sunday. Welcome to UK GK TV. My name's Bill Voice, and this is my good friend
Dave Nicholson. How you doing, guys? Hope you're all fit and well. The weather's took a turn for the worse.
Took a turn for the worse. It hasn't actually got daylight, has it?
No.
Has it? That's just the jumper.
It's looking very dapper.
Yeah, this is what I call my friend zone jumper.
You're looking very...
Friend zone. You know what?
Great.
So you went on a date with this, mate, you'd be in the friend zone, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
you're great.
Yeah.
You're looking
Look at
awesome,
that.
mate.
I
Like
know,
a young Jason King.
Like a new Jason King. I'll tell you what. I'll take that, mate. What was his name? Peter Wingard.
Peter
Wingard. Jason King, Department S.
It's a big penny round shirts.
Penny collars. Yeah. Oh, days are the days, mate.
We
Analog
looked ridiculous,
days.
didn't we?
No, we didn't. We looked cool at the time, mate. It's just that age is not kind. And like I once described the drawers of my divan bed with all those CDs and records in.
Oh.
It's what I call the weight of time. The weight of time.
I've got a problem now because I used to collect DVDs and Blu-rays, and I've got hundreds of them. What do I do with them?
Well, you're supposed to... you still get them. That lovely... And it was Owen that put me onto it. Is a Captain Kronos Hammer re-release of Captain Kronos with Caroline Munro, incidentally.
Yeah.
Can't be bad. And that is... that has been digitally remastered, and the difference in the quality is incredible. So, as far as I'm concerned, the DVD is not dead.
DVD?
DVD's not
What
dead.
about Blu-ray?
Blu-ray's not dead either. I mean, what other solid media is there to replace it at the moment? There isn't.
There's only streaming, isn't there? But I'm going to get rid of them, and then they're going to be worth a fortune.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the
And then I'm
problem.
gonna buy
The
them
problem
all
is with
again.
streaming, mate. You pay for something that you don't ever keep.
Then they're going to buy them again, aren't I?
Yeah,
Like I've done
on a
with
different
vinyl.
format,
I'm going to have loads of them, and then get rid of them because they're in the way, and then I'm going to buy them
That's
again.
why I've kept holding my laser discs, mate. Because one day they'll be back in.
Anyway. We had a good weekend last weekend.
Absolutely brilliant.
We were at Telford.
Yeah.
Great weekend. Big kudos to the guys that organised it. It was well organised. Andy that does the hall, superb. It was good to see a few people. John and Pauline,
Great seeing you again. And like I say, it's great to meet people who actually watch the channel.
they came especially to pick that Clockwork Orange
Oh,
up,
the Clockwork
which
Orange,
sold
yeah.
out before you even got there.
Even before I got there. You see, if I'd not got stuck behind that tractor, I'd have seen it go.
You would have
I'd have been able to sign the back and say, I did a little bit of this.
You did. I had to laugh because when we were there, Bill went out, he did his usual stuff. He come over excited and he sat down, we had a chat, went and got something nice to eat, and then he went, Dave, I'm going, I've got to spend. And he came back with his two little...
I did. I bought the Atlantis reissues of the saber-tooth tiger and the cave bear.
Yeah.
And if you know me, I love a dinosaur or a prehistoric animal. And I've got all the Aurora ones from the past, but some now even the unassembled ones are so precious and so rare. I feel a little bit uneasy breaking open the seals and making them. So Atlantis are reissuing some kits. Obviously legally they're doing it because they have the rights to them. They're reissuing these kits. They're beautifully remolded, but they're exactly the same as the Aurora kits. They've even got the Aurora 1972 copyright tag on the base, so they're absolute copies of what they used to be. Same colour plastic, same colour boxes, everything.
Talking of copies. Talking of copies. I'm just going to put this out there, guys. It was a great weekend. Next to us was a 3D scanning and printing company. Don't know what you guys think about this. A gentleman came over to my table. He's dead excited. He bought this. Can't remember what it was now. It's a bust that he'd been looking for. He'd been over chatting to the 3D guys. And while he was there, they scanned it for him.
Scanned it.
And it was actually there. And they said to him, we can do you this now on a smaller scale or a larger scale. I was like, well, I don't know about that.
Well, you see what my point is, that when you buy a kit, you buy it for that kit at that size in that state because you're going to build it. So I'm kind of like reverential of, because I've seen the artists that we get in here. They are geniuses. They're masters of their craft. And why you'd want to just simply copy the one you'd already bought and rebuild it in a larger scale, I've got no idea. It wouldn't be something I would do. I would be just happy with the original.
I think the scariness and I think the scariness of the whole thing is the speed in which it's moving now. Yeah. And literally, they were sat on a desk next to me, which was quite ironic, and they got a big scanner about this big, and they were scanning it.
You see, to me, it's a difference between going to a restaurant and having a really decent meal and sitting there, buying the meal, eating the meal, tasting every mouthful, engaging with the waiter, engaging with the chef. Enjoying it, having a social time. That's not consumption. That's engagement.
Yeah.
So when you come to, say, Creature Features and you buy a kit from Dave or any of the others, or you go to straight to one of the artists like Joe or whatever, and buy kits off them, you're engaging with the artist. You know who the artist is. You're getting a very precious item. Well, I'd say it sounds romantic to say it, but it's a precious item back. And it's something that's unique, and especially when you finish with it. What I don't understand is why people want to turn it into conspicuous consumption and then just generate kits and just slavishly build them over and over again. There's no waiting, there's no anticipation. It kind of ruins the process. And it's the difference between, I suppose it's the difference between going to, say, somewhere like Hawksmoor or going to a Bernie Inn.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. It's like Judgment Day, isn't it? Terminator.
It is like Judgment Day, but the good thing about dystopian fiction and dystopian like films where the world ends is there's always a beginning of the world afterwards.
That's it.
And like I always say, someday, one day, even if we've all gone and disappeared, long dead, there will be some kid making something out of clay in a garage who learns how to cast it and sells it to his mates.
Brilliant.
It's got to happen. I mean, there's got to be an episode of Fortnite or something where that happens.
Yeah,
What's that thing with the sheriff? What's it called? With the sheriff with no nose?
Walking. Oh, the ghoul. Fallout.
Fallout. There's going to have to be an episode of Fallout where some kid discovers the process of making a garage kit. I mean, there's got to be.
I mean, the technology is great. I mean, I don't knock the technology. It's just people that use it. People are always the problem.
Yeah, but I get, especially with the kids at work. If I show kids the hand analog process of doing something, they're absolutely fascinated that it can be done by hand.
They were with us. I mean, in a kind of way, it was a boost because they were seeing this stuff. They were seeing the scan, and then they were seeing the stuff that was hand cast, and people couldn't connect the two, but they did. It's one of them things.
It's one of those things that, you know what, mate, it hasn't killed me.
No, it was good.
Kill me. I'll keep going.
It's good. It's all, like we said with the UKGK show, it's alive and well. Things are good. Things are good. A few shout outs, guys, before we go forward. We spoke to Tony James. He's not been very good, Tony. Known him for a long time. He's suffering a little bit with himself. I hope you get better, Tony, if you watch this. Big shout out to Steve Peacock. Me and Bill, we know you're going to kick its ass, mate. Yeah. We know where you're going with this now, mate. Fingers crossed, we'll see you soon. Hopefully after Christmas when all's good.
It's nice to see John and his wife again.
John and his wife were there.
They're always there. Absolute big stall all to themselves.
They love it, don't they?
They love it.
You wouldn't mess with his wife, would you? No, you wouldn't mess with his wife. She's like this big.
She's tiny, but she's small but ferocious.
She reminds me of my mum. She's got a heart of gold, but don't cross her. She's fantastic. She's lovely. So it was a good show. It was one of the better ones. We enjoyed it. All the people that there.
I didn't. You know what? I was there for absolutely nearly the whole day, and I still only got round 2/3 of it.
It is big.
It's
isn't
massive.
It's cold though.
Yeah, but it keeps you moving. The food's reasonably priced, but I know why.
It's not so good.
It's not brilliant. I had a pulled pork sandwich. I don't know what the pork pulled.
I don't know what they pulled, but it wasn't the pig. It wasn't. The food's not so fantastic.
It was good to see the clubs there as well.
I think it's extremely well organised. You're in, you can set up, and I think it's popular. We're seen as quite an oddity, so we only get.
There's a little corner of weird stuff, but there's another. There was some 144 scale. There was a kit manufacturer called 144 scale.
Yeah.
Which makes tiny little interwar jet models. They're pressure cast resin, and they look like injection molding. I just got to shout out to those guys because they were really helpful with the technical information they gave me.
And Andy, the hall manager, superb. Nothing's too much trouble for him. Great day. What have we got today, Bill?
Well, we've got some oldies.
Yep.
And we've got a brand new one.
Got a couple of new ones.
We're going to leave the new ones to last. So let's do the oldies first, so I can wax lyrical about how beautiful they are.
We're a bit rushed today. Next week will be a little bit longer because we're basically we've got guys here. But what we're going to do is Paint Club on today. Yeah. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go. Bill didn't want to miss it, and he's going Christmas shopping. Look at this, right?
I'm going to an exotic place.
It looks like Ross at our friends.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't help being suave, mate. It's someone I was born with. It's a genetic defect that I've had to put up with all my life.
It's called style, mate.
Joe Bailey.
It's an old one.
It's an old one, but we have to see it. Look, let's put the hand on. Now, I'm fascinated.
I bid you.
By Lugosi. I bid you welcome. Yes. Children of the night. I love that bit. Oh, but look at this.
Look at the hand.
You see, this is a work of art. Paint it white, stick it on your shelf. No one will know it was Dracula. They'd think it was a classical bust. It's absolutely superb, and I'm fascinated by Lugosi, the characters he portrayed, and the and the man himself. But this is a beautiful rendition. Just look at that hand. Now, only somebody that studied the figure in detail from its basics can come up with something like that. That the hand, it's kind of in a claw shape, but you know what? That's totally natural. That is achievable by a human being. But Lugosi just does it so well. I would hazard a guess that that's actually what Lugosi's hand looks like, knowing Joe. Yeah. And it fits neatly into this bust. But look at the cape. Look at the flow of the cape. You see, it manages to fill a space, maximum filler, with very little content. That swirl on that cape.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's lovely.
It's in the back.
In the back, look at the back. It's got the vampire bat head coming out of the back.
Superb. And
it just captures Lugosi at his finest.
It's very good, isn't it?
It's very good. Joe Bailey.
That's now available for sale.
I mean,
we've had that for a while.
I know, but I do my normal Sunday walk around, and some things just grip me, and that just gripped me. If you're going to buy one of these, if you haven't got one of these and you love Lugosi, buy one. You won't be disappointed. I mean, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Next one, I think we might have done this before, but
we have done it. But I was watching the Hammer documentary. I think it's on Moving Pictures. Is it Talking Pictures? Talking Pictures. On Talking Pictures at the moment. It's a Hammer documentary. One of the things it was saying was the iterations of Frankenstein, and this is the evil of Frankenstein. Now, in my opinion, the least successful makeup of the Hammer series. But in terms of it being a sculpt, it's actually superbly interesting. You've got the chance to put it right, basically. You can paint this better than you can the Hammer. And what I love about this one is it's the rarity value, isn't it? Yeah, it's got that metal plate forehead and stuff, which looks like almost like it's mimicking the original Karloff makeup by Jack Pierce.
This was... The history of this one is this was the last one in the Shapeshifter series. I have to say that very careful.
Yeah.
I think it was Pete McKenna did it, and it was the lesser one.
Yeah, it's got the Shapeshifter's badge on the back.
I guess it was the least most popular because it was towards the end when Mike was just finishing this line off. So this and Ingrid Pitt.
Ingrid Pitt.
So these are the ones that were not as popular as
this one. Now there's a really old movie called Henry Hull, Werewolf of London. Yeah. That's a very old movie. And when Hammer decided to have their go at the werewolf sort of legend, this was Oliver Reed.
Yeah.
And it's the curse of the werewolf.
Yeah.
I have to say, in terms of it's based on a short story. So in terms of literary basis, it actually has a literary basis, just like Frankenstein and Dracula. Yeah. But I would say Oliver Reed makes one of the most sympathetic werewolves, and the story behind it is quite complex, but it's a real piece of art. It's a real, it's a nice movie, and the werewolf is genuinely conflicted, and this is a beautiful rendition of it. Absolutely beautiful.
When you get it, guys, you get this base, you get 3 pieces of dowel, and the wolf mounts in the middle. Now,
you can see the slash-shaped scars that almost look like a claw at the front there.
Yeah.
But I just want to bring you round here. One of the things it's sort of set in the 18th and early 19th century, isn't it? And Oliver Reed's wearing like a frilly shirt. Spain, yeah. Luc Garou or something, is it, or something? Well, it is in French anyway. Sorry. Apologies for speaking French because I've been told not to say anything in French. But Le Loup Garou, which is the werewolf in French or in Spanish or something like that. But that's what he plays. He's like the illegitimate son born on a particularly auspicious day, isn't he?
Wasn't his mother raped?
His mother was raped by a soldier or a criminal, a murderer.
Yeah. Murderer, yeah.
Yeah, so it all adds up. He's illegitimate. His father was a murderer. it was like his mum was forced to have sex, and he was born, and he was dropped in an orphanage.
Yeah.
So it was all the the warning signs of you're going to be a werewolf.
Nice.
I'm surprised nobody didn't intervene. These days they'd have social services on that, wouldn't they?
It would, mate. Yeah.
It would. He'd have training and everything, and a collar and stuff.
It'd be good, wouldn't it?
It'd be good, all right. It'd be all right now.
This one's quite a few years old, but it has stood the test of time. It's still available. It always sells.
You know what? To me, what I love about it is it's like a 3-dimensional ink drawing. The detail on it is stunning.
Mike Hill lies, and
Mike Hill
absolutely aced it. It's superb, that one. Right,
and none of them are shelf killers either, are they?
No, the perfect size one.
So, are we going to do the big one today?
Do the big one.
The big one. Now,
move this out your way.
Just move the Evil of Frankenstein out of the way. So we've got something from Andy Copeland, yeah?
Two from Andy Copeland.
Two from Andy Copeland. Andy's been very busy at the moment. This one satisfies everybody, doesn't it? I'm saying that with a bit of a wink. We're not going to say anything, but you can say.
There's a story. There's always a story. Show the body first.
So
it's in 3 different parts.
This is the body, torso.
It's going to be one, that is.
Stomach, and beautiful
base.
Felix the Cat base. That fits together like that. So here we have Catwoman's corset.
Michelle Pfeiffer
as Catwoman. For me, Julie Newmar will always be Catwoman. Followed by Eartha Kitt. For me, Catwoman is a 1960s concept. Two post Julie Newmar, Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, beautiful porcelain doll.
Lovely looking woman. Lovely looking.
For me, Julie Newmar does it for me. But this is which is the normal head.
Right. When Andy did these for us, this is the story. This is a big one, guys. It's probably 18 inches from top to bottom.
Yeah.
When Andy originally did this, he did these 2 heads. The first head is the standard Michelle Pfeiffer head with the sort of relaxing face, which I think's really, really nice.
It's a very good likeness, isn't it?
That's that one.
It's absolute superb likeness.
So he said to me, "Why don't we do an expressions and give people the option to do a different head?" So then he went away and did the head like that with the mouth screaming open, which I thought, yeah, that's quite nice.
Needs a canary coming out of it.
Canary
like
coming out of the mouth.
Needs a canary coming out of it.
So basically, you have the option of these 2 heads. But Andy, being the perfectionist that he did,
you can't leave it alone. He
can't leave it alone. So Andy then went away and proceeded to work on something.
This is my favourite. This is my favourite.
And there you go. That's the problem that I always have. So he went away and did this head where, to me, it looks like a psycho head where she's
scowling.
Yeah. So
she's scowling. There's rips on the mask and everything. If you compare it to the first one, you can see that the eyes have gone up because of the brows.
This is like the scowling face.
We get a little bit of a close-up on that because I think you can see the gritted teeth. It really lends itself to that. Look how beautiful that is. She really does look as if she's... that's a look of disdain I've seen many times on a woman's face. Right, that's the look of disdain.
So he basically did that one and he put it online. So everybody then was contacting me and saying, I want it with that one. So we had a chat. And then Andy said, "Oh, okay, Dave. How
does it work?
We'll do this. We'll make this work." So now he's done it with the 3 heads. So now you'll get the 3 heads.
You got 3 Michelle Pfeiffer heads.
So you'll get them all.
Now, what? This is a question, though. Me being the practical guy I am, and the shorter space as I am, you have the torso with one of the heads on. What are we going to do with the 2 spare heads when they're not on display?
Andy's thought about that. Andy has now provided us with a little base so you can put the other ones
next to it.
Yeah. We always play Alec Bill of dropping things, and this week I've dropped it. So
no, it was my fault. Actually, backhanded, a bit clumsy.
So basically, this one's going to have a little head, a little base, and you can pop this on there, and you can display these. So you'll get.
So when you Michelle
it's a lovely piece. It's a bit off of the norm for Andy, but. I like that. It's got an Aurora feel about it. When you used to buy a prehistoric scenes kit and the saber-tooth tiger comes with 2 sets of legs. Yeah. It's got the leaping legs and the walking legs. Yeah. And you can interchange the legs. So this is it. This is a bit of Aurora. This is. Right.
Now the other one we're looking at is a bit of a weird kit, isn't it?
He's on his females at the moment. I don't know why. This is one that Andy did, and he did it as a practice piece for himself. and he said, "Dave, do you want this?" And I was like,
it's curious,
and he fetched it in, and I couldn't refuse it. It's Meg Mucklebone, and it's how good's that? I mean, it's not.
Well, it's a kit, this, isn't it, mate?
It's a kit, and you know we are so that's what he's done. So this one's going to be available very soon, I would think.
And what's the backstory on this? It's like
Legend. Is it Legend?
I think it's Legend, isn't it? It's Tom Cruise Legend movie, isn't it?
Yeah. She's a swamp witch.
She's a swamp witch, yeah. And as well as the witch and her arms, obviously.
Yeah.
You've got this lovely walking stick with the skull.
Yeah.
And you've got plenty of detail that you can add to the twisted tree.
Yeah.
And stuff coming out of the water. It's a lovely job, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Now, some of that's going to be cast and some of it's going to be printed. Isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna, you know, it's 1/6 scale, so it's quite a decent sized kit. So we're going to work on the bits that we can going forward. We're going to try and.
This is
horribly beautiful.
It's horribly beautiful, isn't it? It's terrifyingly, it's gruesomely glorious.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we love a bit of alliteration, don't we? Is
the
that
one.
alliteration? Yeah, gruesomely glorious. But it's kind of, it almost has a kind of a feel of the Evil Dead about it, doesn't it? It does have an Evil Dead feel about it. It's a kind of Celtic legend, like a swamp witch, kind of like Grendel's mother kind of thing. You know,
it's kind of witchy, isn't it?
It is very witchy, but and you know, the face reminds me a little bit of the Aurora Salem witch kit. Do you remember the old Aurora Salem witch kit? I think that's probably where Ridley Scott, who directed that movie, and the art directors probably got a lot of their images in that movie from existing stuff.
But that's the one anyway, so it's a bit of a diorama, so you get a big chunky base with it. Look.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, look at that rock. That rock there.
And you get he's done a fantastic job
on the tree.
Yeah. So it's not
just. I just love this stuff sometimes.
It is like an Aurora one.
It is. It could be an Aurora kit. I do, and that's very Aurora as well.
Is it?
Yeah. I would imagine you could get some more stuff to clip up against that, so you could make a bigger diorama, like the old Aurora kits used to intersect. You know,
you're getting too carried away.
I'm getting carried away.
So what are the small? Look at the fingers and the plug.
Now, there you go. You see, look at that.
They'd probably be
well, you see, I did a kit once years ago called Countess Dracula, which was Countess Dracula getting out of a grave.
Yeah.
And it's the one about 2 horror kits I did. I mean, it's just like a woman's arm and head getting out of the grave. I managed to cast something like that by hand, but for every 10 I did, only 2 were successful.
They're not going to be able to be cast.
No, that's got to be printed. And this has got to be printed as well.
I would think so, yeah.
But it's good to have that mixture, isn't it? Look at that. That you could cast that, but it's still going to be pain in the neck, isn't it? I mean, I would be looking at 2-part mould for that, but I'm old school, so it's. But look at that! It's just got that lovely swampiness, hasn't it? It's got that texture, and she is, like I say, gloriously gruesome. Look at that! Absolutely
brilliant. So that one will be available very, very soon, guys.
Yeah.
Just to keep you up to date with the releases that are coming out. We're due a latest sculpt from Darren next week. We're marching on. We're hopefully going to get the Kong done to be reviewed. Predator 2, Predator 1.
Lots of people are looking forward to that Kong.
Our big Kong.
Lots of comments saying how big it is, and it is huge. But even though it's huge, it is totally refined. It's not just a shelf killer, is it?
No, what we're trying to do, guys, is we've got the Harryhausen thing coming up. We're going to confirm next week. We're going to have a bit more time. We're going to confirm and chat about the show, next year, what we intend doing. We want to keep this going, guys. Thank you for all the kind words, the positivity. Me and Bill really appreciate it. It's nice to go places and people are positive about the hobby.
It's considering it wasn't specifically a horror / movie show, we did get a lot of very positive feedback about the channel, didn't we?
I think the old UKGK scene itself is very positive at the moment. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of positivity about things. People are actually participating on the page. People are coming to see you. People are buying model kits. We're really busy. It's been a good thing. The channel's helping. You guys look forward to watching it. Me and Bill love doing it. That's why we come today. It's a bit of a rush for both of us to get this done today. As you can see, we're in Rachel's room today. But
yeah, just pointing out Rachel's room. There's loads of stuff in here that Rachel paints, and there's Only Fools and Horses stuff over there.
Oh, there's loads.
Are we allowed to see them, or is that like
we can't do them? Just
we can't do that.
We've been asked to do about a Only Fools and Horses guy too. We're gonna get him in and have a chat with him because he's quite interested. He's absolutely mental. Because he loves Only Fools. He must have every single character in the whole entire series. But Mark's such a nice guy, and he's such a gentleman.
I mean, how many of them are? Must be 20 odd.
Oh, there's every character. Mike the Barman, every single person.
Grandad about 3 different ways. Grandad in a rocking chair.
There's loads of them, mate. But he's also doing that, and next year he's gonna. Next year he's on about having a table at UKGK show, so you can have them as kits. So they'll be available through March next year, so you can do them yourself. So if you're into your classic horror, classic maybe, classic comedy.
Well, some of those old. They are on the buses is totally horrific, innit? Come on, old comedy. It doesn't travel well.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It does. It still amuses me, but I'm like well cancelled. I'm well cancelled. Yeah. So on the buses is hilarious as far as I'm concerned. But for a modern audience, Love Thy Neighbour, Rising Damp.
Yeah,
they're not going anywhere now, are they?
Not really. No. It ain't half hot, Mum. You can't beat it, can you? That's when comedy was funny.
Yeah. Oh well. Never mind.
Oh dear.
Oh, sad. Never mind. Yeah.
Right, well, thanks very much for watching, guys.
Lovely Sunday.
Bill's going to go off and spend all of his millions. He's going shopping, as you can see. He's on duty today with a good lady.
I'm on duty. I've got things to do. I'm not complaining because it's going to a place that shall not be named. It's a nostalgia trip for me.
I'm sure Bill's going to explain next week if he survives.
Who knows? You might see me. If you see me and you recognise me, come up and say to me, "UKGK TV, your Bill. I'll give you the tenner."
Yeah.
How's that?
Do. Okay, guys. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, smash a like, leave your comments below. Let us know if we've got anything wrong.
I'm dreading saying that.
And we'll see you next week.
Meet my 6 children. Hello, Bill. How was it? See ya.
See you later, guys. Bye.